Welcome to Wednesday Reviews with Noful. So I'm very excited because today what we're going to do is we're going to review your work, your TOEFL submissions from the last week on our forum. And this week what we're going to do is we're going to focus on writing question number 2. And so the first thing that we want to emphasize is content. So before we get into that, let me go ahead and remind you of what our question was this week, or if you don't know about it. The question was, of the 3 following choices, which is the most important invention? The airplane, the refrigerator, or the television? Use specific reasons and details to support your answer. So this is a little bit of a tough question. You know, some are a little bit easier than others. This one I would say is a little bit more on the difficult side. So it's going to take more energy and more focus, and therefore it's a great one for us to work on. So from our forum, we had several submissions, which I'm really excited about. I want to make sure to congratulate and commend each of you who submitted your essays for review. And the reason for that is because it's difficult to find the time sometimes to actually have the essay to evaluate, to actually write it out and do everything. So fantastic job on really working towards your success. So for each of you having some difficulty finding the time to succeed, just make sure that you contribute and you participate in the forum, that you try to do an example essay at least once or twice every week to make sure that you're strong and that you're prepared for your TOEFL. Now with that said, we actually chose a student's essay called Giju, so I hope I'm pronouncing that name correctly. And what we've done is we've given you a little image of the essay very quickly. But what we're going to do is we're not going to look at the whole essay because I want us to spend our time focusing on something very important. As you can imagine, we teach the 4-paragraph essay, right? And the introductory paragraph and the concluding paragraph are not really the ones that carry a lot of weight in your score because those are very standardized and that isn't really where you get an opportunity to show your level. The body paragraph, that's what's going to be our focus for today, is actually where your score is really developed. That's where graders realize they're going to give you a high score or a low score. That's the paragraph that they look at to see the kind of details that you develop, to see the way that you construct your sentences. So that's what we're going to dig into. Now, Giju's body paragraph does need a little bit of work, and what we're going to do before we get into the details is remind you and educate you and prepare you for what it is that you have to do to truly achieve success in the body paragraphs. So I hope you're excited. So this is what we teach you. And the first thing that I want to do is let you know that this comes straight from our program. So I really hope you pay attention, take notes, and review this video. So as you see here, it actually comes from step 1, and that's where we begin to teach you the introductory stuff, like the basics to get your score. Where in step 2 and step 3, we go a little bit deeper and dig higher. So the reason why I'm telling you this is because I believe that Giju's essay kind of fell into the trap that a lot of students' essays do, which is where they understand the basics, they know the structure, they know the strategy, but they haven't mastered it to apply it. Because some of the weaknesses that occurred in the body paragraph that we're going to get into are what occurred in everybody's. And one of the first ways to avoid that is to make sure that you develop this outline here. Because remember what we teach you. You have 30 minutes to write your essay on the TOEFL. 3 of those minutes should be spent outlining and understanding the question you're being asked and outlining your answer to that question. And it should look like this, what you see on the screen. You see the center circle is actually what the answer is, what you're going to support. And then you have reasons around it. 1, 2, 3. Now this is really important because we teach you don't just come up with 2 reasons. We do teach you a 4-paragraph essay where you only need 2 reasons, but when you take your time to prepare, you want to think of 3 or 4. The reason is that's going to make you think more deeply about the question, it's going to give you better practice in thinking of what to say, and you're going to have choices. You're going to have an opportunity to choose what's easiest. So it's incredibly important that you push yourself to do that as you prepare. And what you want to do once you have those reasons is think of 1 to 3 examples. So you see here, you're not going to have colors on the TOEFL, but we have colors here to illustrate it. Right? The answer is in blue, the reasons are in green, and in yellow are the examples. And you see that the reasons have 1 to 3 examples. Now the reason is that the same as the reasons. We want you to have more than 1 example. That way you can choose, you think more deeply, you remember more. And after this 3 minutes of intense work, you're going to find it's much easier for you to write the essay. And when you do write the essay, it's going to have better examples, stronger examples, examples with more details that do a better job. And so that's what's going to get a higher score. So the reason why I'm telling you this was Giju's weakness. And this is a weakness in a lot of students, a lack of preparation that shows in the example not being strong, not being, well, I wouldn't say specific enough, but not being detailed enough to illustrate the reason and its connection to the answer. So I want to make sure that we do that consistently if you're not doing that. Now this next little image here actually comes from our program, and that's where we teach you how, or the steps it takes to write the body paragraph. So you see that we've divided into 4 steps to make it easy and clear. The first step is usually pretty easy. Everybody gets it. You just want to state your reason with one simple sentence in the beginning of the body paragraph. After you do that, the next thing that you want to do is step 2, which is explain how your reason and answer are logically connected. This is the hard part because this is what creates the connection. A lot of students get a little bit lost on this, so I'm going to use Giju's paragraph to illustrate it to you to, I hope, drive the point home so you know how to write your body paragraph well so you can truly succeed. The third thing, of course, is offer the specific support, the example, with a real experience that you have in your life, something you read, something you learned, something you saw. And the fourth step is to write a very, very short concluding sentence to tie it all together to make sure you're on topic and you're focused. So these are the 4 fundamental steps to make sure that you have a strong body paragraph that makes sure that you stay on topic and develop the best paragraph possible to get the highest score on your essay. So now that we've done that, let's go ahead and take a look at Giju's essay. So if we read this paragraph together, we're going to ignore grammar, we're going to ignore spelling, because content is king. That's the number one thing. So I want to focus on that and make sure that you have that strong before you start focusing on anything else in your essay. So we begin. First, airplane can bring you to any place you want to go. That's the first reason perfectly. That's the first step. State your reason with one simple sentence. Well done. Now, I want to know why going any place you want to go to makes the airplane the most important invention when compared to the refrigerator or the television, right? Because that's your answer. And our second step says, explain how your reason, going any place, connects with your answer logically. And so I'm looking for that. That's what's going to make everything connected. And we read, people nowadays love to explore to different places. So did it do the job? Did it illustrate how the airplane was the most important invention when considering the refrigerator and the television as well? No, because it didn't mention that. So right now this body paragraph actually answers the question, do you think airplanes are good or bad and why? And so it's not the same question that we're answering, and as a result it's off topic and it's going to lose points. And that's why this overall essay would earn about a 16 to an 18 out of 30, even though Giju's ability shows that Giju could easily earn a 22 to a 24 out of 30 with some modification, which is what this whole video is about. So the first step is done, the second step is lacking, and the third step, offers specific support, is okay, but it's weak. We're confident that once you prepare for those 3 minutes, you're really going to have an in-depth understanding of what you want to say. You're going to really be able to write better, deeper, and stronger examples. And so we read, like for example, a celebrity in the Philippines named Ann Curtis who loves to travel. Whenever she has breaks, and I'm changing the words a little bit, from her hectic schedule, she prefers to unwind by going outside the country. We haven't really established why this makes an airplane an important invention and why it's more important than the refrigerator or the television. So as you can see, by riding through an airplane, you can tour around the globe. So that doesn't really do the best job of having the specific example that illustrates the reason and the connection to the answer. And so 3 is kind of done, but it's weak. And then fourth, you can see a variety of beautiful places that everybody wants. So amazing, right? Write a very, very short concluding sentence is missing. And so the second and the fourth step are mainly for you to stay on topic and on track, because if you do that well and if you have that strategy, it's going to make sure that you don't get your essay to go off topic and lose points on it. So make sure that you follow each of these steps, that you follow that strategy, and if you need, take more than 30 minutes as you practice because you're learning something new. So that's the deeper analysis that I really truly hope penetrated and got you in the brain. It's like, okay, I know what I have to do now. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to practice now and I'm going to get better. And so with that said, do you want your essay reviewed? And I hope your answer is yes, so we can give you feedback to help you succeed. And to get yours reviewed, make sure that you click on the link below so you can visit our forum. You can look at the questions that we're posting. We post new ones every week, and that way you can submit yours, and then it can be the one that is reviewed in the next video. Also, below that link, below this video, you're going to find a link to our website where you can see in the Better TOEFL Help section, you can identify from just answering a few questions what program is best for you to prepare for the TOEFL and to earn your dream score, including preparation material, reviews, and maybe even tutoring. And also, we have a Talk to Us page. So if you just want to get some quick feedback, you're going to have a form there where you can just kind of submit your essay and get something specific from us, just the same way that you could with your forum. So the last thing that I want to say is don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you have a chance to know when the new videos are out. And of course, and as always, good luck.